Hi guys, so today we are talking about how to love yourself when you are grumpy, when you've woken up in a grumpy mood, just like I did today, and how to get out of that funk. Welcome to We Were Wellness, where we talk about mindset, spirituality, mental health, self-love, self-improvement, and much more. Everything that helps you become a better version, happier version of yourself. So let's get started. So as you can see, I've taken a shower, I've cleaned my room. Yay, clean, 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 as much as I can. Maybe it's not perfect, but whatever. So let's get started. As you can see, this video today is gonna be a little different. It's very intuitive and fun. So are you ready? I feel like I might want to be putting on a face mask because, that's part of self-love, and it's a Sunday and my skin feels a little dry. So let's do that. Hey guys, so I found a face mask gel thingy that seems to be pretty hydrating and stuff, and that's what I need. So I'm gonna give my skin some love. I never put face masks, okay? I'm one of those girls who has like a lot of them just because of gifts and stuff, but I don't ever put face masks. So this, like, I put it once in like 6 months. So let's do this. I am really taking some extra care of my skin today, giving myself extra love. Actually, I had this idea while I was taking a shower that I actually wanted to talk about self-love and, when you're in a grumpy mood. And then I looked at my skin and I was like, I wish I had time to just put on a face mask and chill, which I always keep thinking. But then I realized, wait a minute, I do have time, firstly. I need to shift that belief that I don't have time, because see, I can do both at the same time. And the second thing is that, we have these ideas of a way things have to be. Like, maybe the YouTube video has to be a certain way, which, oh my goodness, I think you can't hear me because of the air conditioner, so I'm going to switch it off. Okay, so I just switched off the AC so that maybe you can hear me better. But that just goes on more to say, what I'm going to talk about, which is perfectionism. We have these ideas that our YouTube videos have to be a certain way, or we have to show up online in a certain way, or XYZ, to be successful or to whatever. And this doesn't have to be YouTube. This could be anything, right? It could be your presentation for work or your application for a job interview. I know so many people, like, because I, had friends who were applying to jobs and things like that, and they get stuck in this perfectionism and this, like, perfecting their resume or their cover letter. They just get so stuck in overthinking and making it perfect that they never apply. And in my experience, I've always, like, gotten jobs or things when I haven't been, like, perfect, like, because you don't know what's perfect, right? To a certain degree, like a YouTube video or a job application, you don't know what, like, the other person is gonna like. It's not like math. It's not like 2 + 2 = 4. It's just a lot more subjective, right? And so trying to be better is always good. This is, like, literally what the entire channel is about. But trying to be perfect is just gonna set you up for disappointment and failure, because you're not going to be perfect, because there is no perfect. Like, it's not that you aren't good enough, it's just that there is no perfect. But I'm digressing. So getting back to the point, perfectionism also has a lot to do with, like, loving yourself, because, perfectionism actually stems from the idea that you're not enough, right? That you need to be perfect. You need to be something else that you're not. And, this might sound harsh, like, but I am just being very real here, because I used to be a perfectionist. I am a recovering perfectionist in a lot of other things. I sometimes do spend a lot of time and energy trying to make things a little better than they are, but, it's not worth it at the end of the day. And that's so funny, because I was even talking about this today itself, like, for YouTube, sometimes I spend a lot of time, making the description perfect, whatever that means, or SEO friendly, optimized, or the keywords or the thumbnails. But, perfectionism isn't a thing. Like, I'm just wasting so much time rather than actually getting the message out there, which is what the whole point of me making these YouTube videos is. So I'm going to figure out how to set up my phone. So give me a minute. Okay, so we've got the setup now. So the next thing I want to talk about is when you wake up grumpy and you want to love yourself a little bit. So the first thing is, I would suggest just looking around and thinking about things that are neutral, not positive, just neutral. Because when you're grumpy, you don't want to fucking be positive, right? You want to be grumpy. And so the first step is just to be like neutral. You can just list like the things that are around you, even, because that helps you just neutralize things. You could be like, oh, it's sunny, oh, it's cloudy. Say I don't feel anything about it, or this is just the way the world is, this is the way the day is. You know, you might like sunny days or you might like cloudy days, but right now try to just be like, this is it. Just be neutral. I know that sounds very dreary, but it actually helps when you're super grumpy, okay? So the next step is, once you do that, is to think of something positive. And hopefully you can think about something positive about yourself. But at this point, if you're not ready because you're still grumpy, try to think about something positive about someone else. Like you might have, you know, best friend who is so nice to you, or you might have a boyfriend who is like always there for you even when you're grumpy. Maybe a puppy even, you know, somebody or something that just really is so nice and you just like always feel good when you think about them. Think about them, think about thanking them, and maybe you want to just send them a message like, I'm so thankful for you even though I'm feeling really grumpy right now. If you want to tell them that, you can, but if you don't, you don't have to, obviously. But you can just say, you know, thank you so much for being there for me, and that's gonna help you feel better. That's gonna help you feel a lot more positive already without you trying to be positive, right? You see that? You see how it's like secretive, because when you're trying to force yourself to be positive, that's just like your brain is like, fuck it. And so back to the self-love. So after that, do one thing, the smallest thing that you can do to feel better. And for me today, I mean, every day that's just like drinking coffee. And if I feel like journaling, I try to, but lately I've been out of my like journaling inspiration, and so I don't really journal. But what I do is write down a few things I'm grateful for, and I try to get in that flow, you know, like I'll first say like, I'm grateful for this coffee, I'm grateful for the bed, then I'll think about other good things that have happened yesterday or day before or the week. Or maybe if I can't think of anything like that, then I'll just think about, you know, I'm grateful for this learning experience, or I'm grateful for this journal, and I'm grateful for like the content out there. Like even I look at, you know, watch YouTube videos that help me, or podcasts, or people I follow, or I have mentors. And so I'm like, okay, I'm grateful for them. You know, I'm grateful that they're able to help me and I have access to this content. And even though I don't feel so good right now, I'm grateful that at times this really helps me and I'm able to feel really good. So I'm grateful for those moments, even though right now I'm feeling blah. And you can also actually feel grateful for this blah moment, because it's actually offering you a contrast, right? A contrast from what is really awesome otherwise, right? It's like you can be more grateful for the good moments when you have the bad moments, right? There's like night and day. We all know this polarity. I'm not going to go into that right now. And I lost my train of thought. So basically you get into the vibe of gratitude, and as you like write more and more and more, I find that this really pumps me up. But maybe you're not there at the pump up stage, which is totally fine. Today morning I wasn't, so I just thought of, okay, you know, I have to take a shower, and I know that's at least gonna get me out of the funk. It might not make me positive and happy, but it is gonna get me out of the funk, right? And it's an act of self-love. It's self-care. It's prioritizing my hygiene over my negative emotions, right? Just like wanting to be lazy. And this is really where it comes down to self-discipline as a form of self-love, rather than just like going with the flow and sleeping in, and then, you know, staying in bed because I'm loving myself. I talk about this a lot because I've really struggled with it, and I feel like a lot of people do as well. You know, knowing what is just an excuse to be lazy when it comes to self-love, and what is actually helpful for you. So sometimes it might be that you've tried everything and you're still like, oh, I'm not feeling good. So then maybe it's a good idea to just stay in bed, you know, cuddle with your blanket or your loved one or your puppy, and watch a funny show on Netflix, right? Sometimes that is self-love. But this morning I found that the best way I could show myself love was to get my ass out of bed and go take a shower, right? So sometimes a discipline, that hustle, that not really hustle, like not the bad hustle where you're like toxically hustling, but just like taking the first step gives you that momentum to step out of that funk, right? And just take care of yourself, rather than going down a spiral like, oh my gosh, I woke up so late, everything is ruined, I hate myself, I hate everything, I hate life, I hate everything because I woke up late and now I have wasted the whole day, which is not true. Like, get your ass out, take a shower, you'll feel better. Which is exactly what I did. Sorry, I've been in the middle of putting this chapstick or like lip balm for the longest time, and yeah, I'm done now. So that is an act of self-love. And then, you know, if you can't do anything else, I really recommend being kind to yourself, changing the thoughts that you have towards yourself. So rather than criticizing yourself, like for example, being like, I woke up late today, it's gonna be so unproductive, I'm gonna waste all day, every day looks the same, I hate it, blah, blah, blah. Stop. The moment you have those negative thoughts, just try to be neutral again, like I said in the beginning, and then try to just take one step to make it better. Whether that's like, okay, I haven't really taken care of myself for a really long time, like I haven't taken care of my skin, I'm gonna do something that I never do and put, you know, a nice face mask, face gel, whatever, pamper myself a little extra just so that I signal to my body that I'm taking care of itself, and it's gonna feel good, it's gonna feel loved, right? You might even do that by cooking a meal for yourself. You might say like, okay, well, you know, I don't really ever cook, so today I'm gonna like take extra care of myself, nourish myself a little extra, go the extra mile for myself, and cook myself a yummy meal, or go take myself out for coffee, or sign up for that yoga class, you know, that I know makes me feel really good. So doing anything, whatever is like easy for you to just feel better, to show yourself that you care about yourself, to love yourself. It's like right now you're almost acting like two people. Like, let's say you have a boyfriend and your boyfriend is mad at you, and you want to show him that you care about him. You're gonna do something a little extra, right? Something that you don't usually normally do, just so that even if he doesn't immediately react and be like, oh yay, I love you again, he might just feel like in his mind, he might think like, okay, well, she does care, you know? And so it's the same thing with yourself. You do the same thing with yourself to show your body or your soul or your mind, just your inner self, that, you know, you do care. Maybe you're not feeling the best right now, but you do care. You are worthy. You are so special, you know, and you deserve this. And only when you do all this, when you do show yourself you care, and you show yourself love, and you believe that you are worthy, will you then achieve the other things in life, you know? Because a lot of people are like, oh, well, why do I need to feel worthy? I just need to hustle so that I can get a good job and be successful and make money, right? But how will you do that if you don't feel worthy? If you don't feel like you deserve that job or you deserve that money, you're always going to sabotage yourself. Whether it's, you know, in your business, maybe you have clients, you're not going to show up in the magnetic way that the magnetic, awesome, badass person that you are, if you don't believe you're worthy of it. And the same goes with like if a job, like you're not gonna do your fucking best and like kill it and impress your boss and impress everyone around you when you don't believe you're worthy. Because, you know, when you go for that presentation, you'll feel like panicky. You'll be like, I don't deserve this, or I don't have the confidence to speak in front of people, or, you know, I don't have confidence, or I don't believe that I'm worthy to ask for this raise I want. You know, you're gonna just like not act in the way that the worthy fucking person you are should act like, or would act like, right? And it also comes down to sort of manifestation and law of attraction. Like what you believe you are, that's what you will attract. And so when you believe you are worthy, when you love yourself, when you believe in yourself, that's when you will attract the things that you want to attract. So, you know, if you want to make $1 million, how will you do that if you don't love yourself? I didn't really make notes or anything for this. It's just more about like my experience from today and just in general the past 2, 3, 4 years and working with clients. But I do want to say, if you want to get deeper into this, if you want to like start loving yourself and you're like intrigued, you're like, yeah, I want to love myself, but I don't know how, you know, I need like steps, daily guidance every fucking day to help me learn to love myself. Because right now I hate myself, and the first thing I think about every morning is like, oh my god, I look so ugly, or oh my god, I'm so unproductive, or I'm so lazy, or blah blah blah. If those are the thoughts that you have and you want to change that, then I have something just for you. I've actually put my self-love course, not many of you know this, but I have a 21-day self-love course, which is like bite-sized, so it's like actionable steps every day for 21 days, and there's an audio lesson with it to explain why it works and explain like how to just go about the whole thing. This course is extremely pocket friendly. It's just $33, but for this week I've actually put it down to $11 only, which makes it like 50 cents a day, which is mind-blowing. But I just wanted to do this because I really think that, you know, if you love yourself, you can change so much in your life, whether it's your mood, it's the way you act, your behavior, your success, your productivity, your motivation, your relationships. Everything literally changes when you begin to love yourself. And trust me, I am saying this from experience, because 2 years ago in my journal, I used to write, I hate myself. I used to use those words, and I cannot use those words anymore. I do not use hate towards myself. No. And when I decided that, oh my goodness, I don't really love myself, and I just see all these quotes on Instagram, but I don't really actually believe like them, and I don't actually like myself, I'm always beating myself up. When I realized that, that is when I began working on my mental health, on my life, and when I began to actually take steps and actually heal my depression, my anxiety. That's when I became so much more productive. That's when I began We Were Wellness. So if you want to like build a business, you need to start loving yourself first. That's when my relationships improved. That's when I began taking other steps in my life, like creative steps. And oh my goodness, that is literally when my life changed. And if you want any of those things, if you want to change your life for the better, whatever situation you are, I can guarantee loving yourself more is gonna help you a lot. So anyways, that was long story short. And I just recently, I've been feeling into this like need to really take it to the next level in my life, because it's growth is always like a up and down process, and there's always room for improvement. And so I've been realizing I need to get back into self-love even more and believe that I'm truly worthy, and work more on that. And so I've been going through the course again, and I wanted to give that to you guys because I know how powerful it can be. And so if you want this course for the crazy price of $11, then I highly recommend just drop a comment below or go to the Instagram. I have it on Etsy as well, but it's not on sale there just because Etsy is anyways more expensive. Like it takes the charges and shit. And if you want it cheaper, then just ask me for it. So yeah, that's about it. That's what I wanted to tell you guys. I hope that no matter whether you take the course or not, whatever you do, just start loving yourself a little more. Just start exploring the idea, because it is gonna change your life. And it really is. Like I can't share it more. And when you love yourself, another thing is why I began We Were Wellness in the first place is because when you love yourself, you heal yourself, right? And when you heal yourself, that's when you can love others more. And I wish that people around me when I was younger, throughout my life, if they all loved themselves, maybe their actions would have been different, and I wouldn't have had to go through my shit, and of course, like, it's all a learning journey, so no hard feelings. And so I'm not blaming them anymore. I've accepted it. But I just do know that because I love myself, I'm able to be nicer to people. I'm able to not make the same mistakes that other people made around me, and I will share love. And I hope that you feel the love that I'm trying to give you as well. And it's all coming out of place because I love myself and I am taking care of myself. I went for that shower, I meditated, I put on this face mask, these small things. I'm shifting my mindset, and because of all that, I'm able to get out of my negative funk so that I can even infuse positivity to you, because you can't pour from an empty cup. I've been talking a lot today. I don't know why I'm like super fast. Can you feel it? Maybe I just am very passionate about this topic. But yeah, just love yourself today, babe or man. I don't know, I'm so weird. Anyways, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe. Come on, what are you waiting for? And if you liked this video, drop a comment. What resonated for you? What is your favorite tip? And also, of course, if you want to get the self-love course only for $11, and if you want to gift it to someone as well to change their life, it's like an amazing gift, like so much better than a material gift. But what will you even get for $11? I don't know, like a coffee. So yeah, just drop it in the comments below, and I will see you next week. I love you guys so much. Oh my god, I'm just like, this should be like a Valentine's Day episode. I've said love so many times. Anyways, goodbye guys. Love you.